Monhwe nipa yi a ene ne car kakraka otwi obedan NPP pe ena otimi see saa dan ena otimi talk kai ena otimi nya asika bebree inti
na chese mo kano na chese eye nada ena sebi omo eboa just individual na wadi here at the expense of the region,
at the expense of the region and the community. Inti bebia ya de kanea call ya ekosi no 8 years ni MPP fan kanea mai na sa obeka ya nansen akosomo spillage ne ba ya nkofo hwe omo properties omusika ni nyame nyina minya unim se aban entimi amfa blog ba kokra ensi ho ama omo a sa disaster no to omo no adentia omo fi water region se obeka ya yesa ekan budget bi kra no yamfa hwe ansoma ama water region ama NDC for sorry ka se na aden na ya mo yesa ansana omoko di bibia kwoshem enokra nso omanya amom.
What you saying meaning that aban otisui development all ye nyina no wetwa eye volta region eja
minya volta nka ho bebia na volta e wona nsen se obeka 2020 election yera na nado ba volta obe commission project minya project or commission ye no na baako eye traffic light and na commission ye in the central government project bi papa bi eni volta ye beka se oh MPP for betna so de omunye nyinimu inti ye katre obia se NDC aban a ye nyimu so beka ya kuma se eyana Ashanti region tuaba emayen nanso wene se o kan Ashanti region insua omonom omakwan papa omusuku adan blocks nkwa ye ma Ashanti region more than 23 nansen ekumfi ohene no okona nado ho osesama nto aba ma MPP intimi no ade a meye ne mejai inti yera John Dramani Mahama fa ne campaign we so kase se timamfo any voter region for eto aba ema NDC a NDC impuntu nyuma na ye de ba no eboa obia yenyinim yenye ya ye disika.
Mami Muso say and you share the percentage vote percentage in terms of votes MPP increase your honum na edi empoti no mugina so e massa percentage no ekoso
minya sika no obeka ya 2020 covid ba ya amman dom yen se yen di sika na yen fa nkunti ayare no omutumi va volta na ya be check yesefa omomo number brad G 500 cedis G 1000 G 2000 ya de mawa na ye bisa o say na wo sha sia to aba ema NDC no when your 500 cedis da ana osidebi eni ose ye yero ho na koto aba ma MP inti eno no yare yi ba ye nyina aban ntimi anka say ade kese e to ye nti no ya disika we ya sabia ama Volta region ana region bia na nka dachi ya dia kai sika no ya kecheye because of vote buying nti yera John Dramani Mahama ni omo kasa no ose sika no de beba ya de banso amonje na mundi nanso muntu aba entia MPP for esan se unya aban sika ya de kraman yie yencheche se nkrofo ndi no monkoto aba esan se otune bi nti no otna akonya kase mu a e wo se unsiesie wo man
enti na eno die ntia ababate ne sa MPP so de bom hosafo ne se ba kwan any other projects o ma ye bi honum mukọ ma hunu bi wo hu
minya and ye bia this MPP ni bi betre me esan se constituency bia ye call ye no ahemfo se omukwan enye kwan kra na NDC ya yentimi enyi a ye fi akonwa so kra no aban we ambeto aso Inti me no kasa from water region there. Minim akwan omwaye.
Omo ka 22 kilometers whole main road. Omo ka 30 kilometers Ekopong. Omo ka ho asem 15 kilometers Eko Esikuma Junction. Omo ka ho asem 17.8 kilometers ene Eko Clavi ene Lone Achemi Avetokwe road ene nkro ne benyina. Ni nyina no eni ho.
In fact, yeah campaign no ye be ase ewo noton ekwan na wabo din ya udi kan bo din na ekojo apon NDC and shares akwan na say the road was 80% completed. MPP 4 and twaso kakra no mo be ye kan. In fact the we ananka ye pese yenye no na kra no enye saa no mo de be wiye na chese utimi me who say the policy of the MPP government to punish any region that doesn't vote for them.
Is it not turning tribalistic if you're on that tangent? Because the nation no ye nyina ye dia na beba sa baby ebe nyimu na wayi bie frimu na wayi bia sene na asamani aban ye yi bie frimu so monye Ghana fo.
Ke odi asam we the MPP ni na betimi ansa o esan se sa obekaya aflawo ohene ni e-blocks or say e-blocks ye wiye na kra be ye 80%. Inti nanado yesro betwa sumayen na enye na nkwada ntumi nye musuku nko. Te obeka ni president na kachere no owo sika ono ankoto aso. Eno no enye nyinimu na obadwen se eye Walter nkwa. In 2016 MPP ewini ekunfi seat. Omuluzu in 2020 ahemfo no be ye request no or say man to aba mame enti minti minye ho hwe eno no ye central regional usaba greater Accra eye kpom na okoye shortcut na ohene ne ka che ne se omampanyi shortcut wa ye bia nso ye hu kwan nso de bia ye beto aba na aban panyifo aba ha so mo be ye shortcut ya bre eno di kan ka che om se na kpomfo de mokra de mo nto aba mame nti se me mabaka na me be ye shortcut na en yanka eye when crange because mo de yanka mo nto aba mame nti enye volta pe asema maka central de wo maka greater Accra de wo nanso omampanyin ntumi nhwe okyehene ani mo nka nche ne saa se meka ekra na okyehene ka de samma no se 1.5 million so onfendi afahye from GMPC inti yentna akonyemu enye akonya so enye saa because obekaya ye constitution no say ye to so aba na o swear obeka say you would do right by all manner of person chese ni oto aba mawo ni awanto aba mawo ni a open asem ni a ompe na asem nyina no se bibi wo ho na o che a obeche ne pepepe na se ebia meka ne saa na se ebia asante memu mpo no a omoto aba ma NPP no ebia o ma ye bibi ama asante ma minia na nsen video bi ebetie Ashanti regional minister ye bisa na say nti edie potin because NDC for the ye beka is omusi kejetia market omuye Ratri Park omusi Asawase market Fomena hospital na ye wie Kumewu hospital na ye wie nti mpuntu nyuma NDC eye wo Ashanti region MPP a omoto muso abade biande na moye se okai ni minister ne kai binya okai akai me.
Oh no se manti nti o caricature me.
Oh oka say host number no office. Say ot studio ho de on kai bi but oba ne officer obema ne hu.
But that doesn't mean say na onye bibia na say bia ono na wontimi enka.
Na me de mesida ka.
ya can say no ma memra mosom ho na memusa say Volta region ye kan moso de na mbetimi de monsa siso aka say we na ye mam we na ye mam we na ye mam
me da say Volta region na university back in fact me sha say in Kania a Volta region na NDC and the buy in Kania and next all do Volta region or more Kania no NDC in Sua Volta region enom NDC.
enti nanado kase nei 11.5 million water project wa da clue anano yakubia no na nkro ne ban nyina no yemfa ne nyina ma NDC for
Mr. Adaklu water project NDC na shafe
okay
eno na hard wa ya de because ya pay cannot to home
okay
ansa na oba enti so who be some said there na NDC I am na make a sure
okay
because that project na NDC na secure funding afen so near edu atosibiu ya pese ye besi university yes be our eastern region Volta region yes see hospital university from scratch at the moment inti sebano regional and when you now make schools are you see what district and because Volta region had not every year the DCs were under instruction say ubesi 2 schools any 2 chips compounds we will eliminate schools under trees.
Okay.
Not in conformance to friend primary health care. Into a normal crowd yanka into your baho ankasano omu university ye simo omu no conformance who so omniaso. Na ampanso omasianso esiansa
university na say yamobo na nado abaso yi na okanyana.
And I'm making you university na nado dia onsi university o. Ono di oba ye onsi ba akokra. Me dia onim ba akwa aboa me. Se unim ba akun bia wesi.
Ewo akomada ho na o kana.
Ewo Ghana ha nyina, ewo Ghana.
Akomada se wasi tertiary ba ko ho ana meboa.
We e friend say university e friend din say.
Me pedi na ma. Me say wasi ba ko.
Be din ma.
Mate.
Inti baby obaje na award na kra na NDC for and they see sa university no. Na ono na do ne de ono onsi bio but osasa din obekaya NDC ne see UDS under President Rawlings and so when wakosasa school ni din at the omo party founder ne ba ku din na ato so your friend of Simon Dion Dombo something university they be amintimi modin because the din is a sentence inti menkaida inti
akomada ande na ye local government university
on a local government university there minia e wo hoda dada o uni from campus e wo Accra because now make I say Ubeka university for no in fact institute of local government omo wo ogbojo honom e ho na sha ase
so we akomada ande na ye fa say campus
no yes satellite campus
okay matwase
Kwame Nkrumah University sia pomu baby amekoye no omu obi won kran yo na oni nyomaye
amaye ni say
e ya dan ba ko pe no nwesi
okay
and omo friend no satellite campus and no university
okay
university ni baby ya kana ya broni kana say the university is a microcosm of the country
okay
it's uko university ade e wo man mu bi wo ho o man no wo hospital university wo hospital or minor structures to say accommodation, residential areas, university were residential areas, and no nama university see a demo. And yes, establishing satellite campus keke. And you'll be to me, into a brochure for you now to me by rent, maybe what Hanoma rent, no say a satellite campus.
Ti eno de obi atimi ye eno enye
eno obi atimi eno ye satellite eno bi di anka NDC di anka ye betina ye be
full-fledged university okay
make a full-fledged university
matwase
with the right accreditation to award its own degree
Me busa we because say and yet to report from voter register say I say amo ye atwe mo ho afri NDC ho a. Obeka na saying.
Menya enye no kreda.
Mm.
O share Volta region from President Rawlings time. NDC nya below 80% that. If there is any problem, a issue of turnout, say the uncle for to kwan inti omuntimi emma na omombe twaba and na bibi no they cannot come and vote. But as long as they come out to vote, no, the NDC is assured of not less than na 2024 election target 95%.
Other parties will be 5%. Hold on, can maybe say this time more 95%.
5%.
Okay. La, me da se, eno nkomo twetwe. E better be di nkomo, me da se pi.
Meta cho mate me da mase panso.
Yo. Lawyer Beatrice Anan second deputy speaker de ma John Dramani Mahama campaign team. Ena otese yenenu edi enkomo. Edi afa nia ekoso ewo voter region. The oche nyina ne se na dan Kwaku Ado eba MPP aban enye hwe ewo voter region. Omo de sika ena eto amanfo adwene ene omo vote ewo ho. Na the eba no ane uba na dan Kwaku Ado so ka se eba kwan a 317 kilometers eno mo aye ewo ho. Na so ena oko aye hospitals ahodo oko aye water projects ahodo and a host of others and any omaye odwani Chemo University of Allied Science and also omo akwa developments ahodo ewo ho na de ewo ho enso eno right ye kone ni Pope Yao Yovi Yevu ono director of communication Voter Regional NPP Enkodi Enkomo. Pope, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
I hope you are doing well.
I'm very fine.
Right. This time we're speaking about the campaign. We know that the NDC is in your region. How do you assess their campaign so far?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. First of all, let me make this correction. My name is Pope Yao Yevu.
Yevu.
I'm the regional secretary, not the regional communication.
Okay, regional secretary to the New Patriotic Party.
Yes.
All right. So let me listen to you. How do you assess their campaign, and how are the people responding to what they are telling them?
Well, thank you. If you watch what is happening, and if you say this is your stronghold, and you are looking at the numbers and the response of the people as compared to when Dr. Bawumia went to the north, his home, you would have realized that the NDC, they have lost touch in the Volta region, and so they are resorting to their old strategy, propaganda.
Before you continue, let's look at this from this angle. We know that the vice president also visited your region, and comparatively, per the numbers that followed him, and in accordance or comparing to what happened, though is a stronghold of the NDC, how will you assess it? Are you gaining grounds?
So that was where I was going to go to, because I just mentioned the northern region because I know that is also the base of the NDC, to some extent. But you can see what happened in the north. And then when you also come to the Volta region, which is the stronghold of the NDC, when Dr. Bawumia came here and we go to Home Market and other places, you saw in a very long while, people were craving for the T-shirts of His Excellency Mahmoud Bawumia. We are not seeing that kind of crave, that kind of edge, the euphoria that will greet the NDC back in the days. We are not seeing that kind of thing today. Today, people have come to the realization that the NDC are taking them for granted for far too long, and so they are not interested in the old rhetoric, the propaganda, and that kind of thing.
Okay.
And it is the reason for which the former president, having realized the frustration, will do the comparison he's making. He himself said we have been getting 2%, 3% or single digits. Today we are in double digits, and for him, the only reason for which we are making those gains is as a result of propaganda from the NPP, and that can never found expression in any argument anywhere.
Right. So one of the accusations is that you have been given a chunk of money to people to buy their conscience, to give them projects so that they can flaunt their wealth for the people to know that once they came to the NPP, that's what they are. So that is what is drawing the numbers to your camp.
That cannot be the case. The people of the Volta region today are making comparisons between the MPP and the NDC in terms of developmental projects. Okay? Mm-hmm. If you have the Volta region as your stronghold, today we should not be talking about developmental projects in as if. So let me make the point this way.
Okay.
If you come to the Volta region today, mm-hmm. major infrastructure projects in the Volta region that would have brought some relief to the people of the Volta region have been undertaken by the NPP.
How do you justify this? Because I just spoke with the deputy campaign spokesperson for the John Mahama campaign. He's saying that most of the things that they did is what you are thriving on, riding on to gain the popularity there. Because I mentioned the water projects in the 5 regions. They said they gathered the money for you to come and construct to complete the project. I mentioned some road. They said they started in about 80% in UK. How do you justify this?
Okay, so let me start for you. From Temaran about to Aflau, mm-hmm. that road was constructed by President Kufuor.
Okay.
President Kufuor started that road. We got to Akachi, okay? So we got to Akachi and we lost power. Mm-hmm. And so when President Mills came, because the resources were there, he completed it. Starts from Akachi to Aflau.
Okay.
Okay. Then you can talk about the Ketasi defense project. Mm-hmm. My brother, this defense project, when I was a little boy, those days we could gather around radio and you hear then Chairman Rollins when it was PNDC. We were talking about this Ketasi defense project because the sea was ravaging and destroying properties. But it took President Kufuor in his first term to construct the Ketasi defense project. And so this one too, I'm sure they had started it and we came to complete it.
Okay.
Now, when you come to, say, whole technical university, mm-hmm. today, every significant infrastructure that you see on that campus was done by the NPP. All right?
Okay.
The NDC has been there all this while, but I'm telling you, that school today, if they say, literally, let's go and approve the project of NPP, that school will just become like a GSS.
Okay.
Now, the road from Ho to Fumen, we had started it, we got to Vane, and then we lost power. They came and completed it.
Okay.
The portion that they have completed it is shorter than what we have done before we lost power. Today, you go from Vane to Amajope, the road was bad. When I was a student leader those days, when you go there Friday, you have to return maybe the following week, Tuesday or so, because cars could barely come there or go there.
Okay.
But today, we have constructed that road and we are giving the people of Amajope for the first time, they are getting water.
Okay.
All right. Now, go to Adaklu. Adaklu have benefited for the first time. We had one Akoli who was a road minister under Rollins, but Adaklu has never experienced bitumen surfacing, that's road, bitumen surfacing. They have never experienced it in their life. It took President Kufuor to do that for the people of Adaklu today. Okay? Now, today you heard about the issue around the University of Health and Allied Sciences.
Yeah.
That school was started in a building constructed by President Kufuor for nurses to use as their quarters. Today, the second phase of UHAS that was constructed is far bigger than what former President, late President Mills did.
So if they accuse you that with the project that you're talking about, the UHAS that you are talking about, that actually you don't build, but you benefit from it because recently the president was on it. You don't build, but when it comes to honoring, you are the ones that honor. I am just telling you. I am just telling you when it comes to UHAS, the project that was done by the NDC under President Mills was $20 million project. Okay.
What President Akufo-Addo has done, and for which the people thought that I will explain the honor anyway, for which the people thought that he has helped the school, is a $60 million project.
So 20 million as against $60 million.
So yes, my brother, today you has the biggest school of nursing in Africa.
Wow.
Yes. And that was done by under this regime, President Akufo-Addo. Okay? So when you go to Hawkware, when you go to the whole market, the biggest market stores was built under this government. You understand?
Okay.
So, my brother, when it comes to infrastructure, as for the project that were undertaken under Kessben in the various secondary schools, that one I don't want to talk about because they have become too many. So I cannot talk about them. Now, the hospital, the Agenda 111, we have 8 districts because the rest of them have district hospitals already. So we have 8 districts that are benefiting.
These are the things that the former president is saying that to him it is impossible, or it will be very difficult for you to complete. So when he comes, he's going to complete all these things, and then projects that his administration started and you have abandoned. How do you speak to these things? Yes.
So let me speak about the Agenda 111, and then I will talk about the abandonment.
Okay.
Now, the Agenda 111, if you know, if you follow President Mahama, with all due respect, I think that the contradictions from him they are becoming too many for us to accept. This was a man who was on record to have said that the Agenda 111 project is too ambitious. He said it was too ambitious, and that he doesn't think it was proper. Today, because he realized that Ghanaians are well awake and he can just people will vote against him for that particular comment. He's turned around 60 degrees and then 360 degrees, and then he is making the point that when he comes, he's going to complete them and give jobs to the youth. My brother, the point is that when we are building it, when President Akufo-Addo is building it, he's building it for which people? Is it not for the employment that the people will gain? Today, at least among of the 8, I think not Sabdai. It is almost going to. I think they are done with painting. Are catching off the same thing. Anglo, the same thing, and the likes. So of all that is going on in the Volta region in terms of the Agenda 111, I can tell you about 50% of them are nearing completion.
Meaning they will be completed before the elections comes off.
I'm telling you, those that are the 50% that I just mentioned to you, they will be completed before this election.
Okay.
All right. Now, the abandonment of projects. It is not true that we have abandoned projects. If we are abandoning projects, we will not continue to build a 60 million facility at UHAS, which they have started.
Okay.
Now, if we have abandoned projects, we would have completed the Aflau Community Day School, which they started at footing. They started at footing, and we have completed it today. Students have occupied it, and you know that particular issue brought some brouhaha between former President Akufo-Addo and then Togbu Fiti. I don't know if you follow that story.
Yes.
And then when you come to Adakulu Senior High, it was not completed. We completed it. Even added a boarding facility to it. Okay. If you talk about Agotima Shopi, I'm just on the E-blocks for you. There's one at Agotima Shopi. That one too, we have completed it. Okay? So if you are talking about, I don't know which project he's talking about, because in the first place, which project has he even started in the Volta region? In the between him and former President Mills, we can count the projects. But today, what President Akufo-Addo is doing in terms of school compounds, in terms of health centers, in terms of school infrastructure, in terms of, for the first time, the Volta region have seen a railway. I mean, all these things.
So as a
matter of fact, let me make this point.
Mm-hmm.
It was under President Akufo-Addo that the Ministry of Trade and Industry revived the Textile factory, which he laid claim to.
Okay,
he actually resuscitated that factory, and it was not true.
All right. Let's come to the elections this year. What are your estimations? What percentage are you estimating to get when it comes to the 2024 general elections for the NPP?
You know, the Volta region, it's a place that the NDC should watch out for, and the NPP must watch out for.
Mm-hmm.
Because over the years we have been making gains in terms of votes,
mm-hmm.
electoral fortune. I can tell you, my brother, that in the 2020 elections, it got regions that have actually made gains for the NPP. Volta region came second.
Okay.
First by Northern region,
mm-hmm.
and Volta region came second.
Okay.
This is very verifiable. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This year, I can tell you that we are going to make gains again.
There's one particular thing that people may be asking questions about: the spillage of the Volta Dam, and then the areas that it destroyed. Won't that have any effect when it comes to voting this year?
You know, this unfortunate incident, government has done its part through NADMO, and so the media kind of thing that was embarked upon by Honorable Okudzeto Ablakwa is something that the people on the ground themselves knew where the resources were coming from for them.
Okay.
Yes. You can imagine that there's a district assembly, and to the extent that when resources have come, Okudzeto Ablakwa has gone to buy padlock and lock things under his control, as if he's the government, as if he's the executive head of that area.
So how could they get access to do that once there are government officials that are...
These are some of the things that some donors have done, and then you get some understanding that some fishy deals are ongoing. But I'm telling you that NADMO was the one who kind of mobilized majority of the resources to the people. And Okudzeto and this media, thing as if he was doing something for the people. That thing, I'm telling you, you are going to see the results come December 7th.
Meaning that you have been able to convince the people that support that came was from government, not from the MP.
But where could they have come from? We know that private individuals have also supported,
mm-hmm.
but under whose regime?
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Yes. So, my brother, this thing that the NDC is up to, because you see, when the people are voting for us, they are voting for us because of a certain reason. You should be asking yourself, why are these people voting for us? It's because of the project that I have undertaken.
So this year's percentage was, what was your target?
Oh, for us, we know that we should be making about some 35% of the vote.
Okay.
We are serious about it, and then we will also win some parliamentary seats.
Not just the one you have, you add to the one.
No. As for Honorable Amawu, he has won his seat already because he doesn't have a challenge. He doesn't have a competitor. So he has already, that place, he will maintain it, he will retain it, and he will sustain it. So the rest of the seats that I wouldn't want to mention on air, we intend to add about 4 or 5 other seats to that of Honorable Amawu.
All right, Pope, we thank you this morning for your time and then for that extensive interview we had with you. God bless you.
I'm grateful, and my regards to Jamawun to me, and then his secretary, Lawyer Dum, appear, and all the other members of the party in the Ashanti region. We are aware that this year, Ashanti region is going to go back to 85%. God willing, the Ashanti region will make it. And so Dr. Baumia will still be in the Jubilee House.
Thank you very much. Pope Yao Yevu is the secretary to the voter region NPP. And Yenene Dean Common. Barbara Funedia. I'm saying very comfortable about now.
Nipa would say we literature on. Where you tutor dear. To Brofono, we are dear.
I say, Quam woman, I'm a queen, minting more on now.
Wow.
I'm come here as well.
Now,
men call baby as well. Men call baby.
I'm an Yaman. Now,
Manantis, Ghana Hamako baby.
Okay, what's a cousin, baby?
Nagban and I'm take a
crowns or what do you give for woman? Now, see a tree is so boom me.
Oh, so say there's some yard. Okay,
I said there's more kind news one day.
Anyway,
why are dear? Who say you go fast person? I may can say former President Mahama or Casa and Semono. May I say a phone baby, me GD, because you said the amount of phone on my say a ban way bar the projects are hold one on to us. And the same way near dancing, the Chubby Honey, they are dancing. The woman said, Kuma project are buying out to us where we be no can say who are the Obash answer regional. And Unjina Meka say, voter region near Wakui, or Modin. Now one children so that may ya quite say, and before buy ye no, a month to us. A basanwa, and my one to abandon 1 can we do? Fisoko ye
dance your
report and the catcher say, or drew who no, a June 4 no near additional budget so. Papa is just one more genius so. What is a bet? May no magic. Your report and because one of the Yama you need, see your objective. Or you need ye, don't know, or yonko, or time for whom answer, or send what any chippy on the camfo. But one tenor from my president Mahama can me who say, a branch from baby so make a major in say, and yet, or more honors who discern it, a bit me about say MPP are buying no, Jimo. First time in history,
for the first time. A woman say you has President Mills and at the buy. Into a bed and you has no Afrin another Dankwah Kufuado. No abonabaso. Say Oya President Kwakwa and I say Ebia wa yibi wo honti. Ena wo kwa bonaba. Me yeso say onye hwe wo hono ma. Yem frɛ no enka say ye bonabaso. Say na mamu na ye omofe ana say. The university abonabaso am a doctorate degree. Say enei optie abrante nsɛm oka. Almost I say $20 million. Ono aba abe edit $60 million na ba beshim. To be abe yesia. A woman self from scratch. Won't see university there. But the Wayama University no needs commendation. And na omo abona baso. Or can roots. We see any assassin away be we na we see enti na me busa Beatrice doctor lawyer. Say must one year abandon project. But osa can say projects be omna chance until na abandon projects no. Those are the questions we are asking. I won't say, I'm your mamma, you're some bad penocreno. Until baby, I no crano quindano. That is where we will pass. Until any mudin come or say, by dear name away, and never be say, ever light. Na, and yet the omo cannon qua, name udo so moi. No crabby baby, I need to me a pea. Naba. Right.
What 2012 now? Changes about one poll. 2012 presidential elections, you know. NDC. And you're 91.4%.
That's 8 point. I'm the other
7.4. That is how they say the nominee.
One.
And a Babe drew 2016. 2016, and this in your 87.7%.
It's a twat by 4%.
That's what. NPP in your 10.8. I'm coming. And about 2020 elections. NPP benya 14.1%.
Oma sign the 4 account.
Emma NDC enya 84. On former President Mahama Eka say, "Sa signal de get no more. Say kosoro. No who say propaganda. On a make a chain say, Onwi nto abono. onkasa yie wo homo monte so ncheche ne monte ase
because oka propaganda na say ade a project wo ho no ma amanfo ahunu
project no
nti ebia o ma yade de but me so me ba say ni na meye say enye a project so na wo so na propaganda na na amanfo na hu say
say ye to aba na ye sa kire mo enye say de mu first no mo ka say wasantema mu a
haya na me wo
hohoi amewu koye na mpipi nya bi da enti so ye mrase bedwani wa ha na ye wadwuma yi a ye beto aba ama.
That's right.
So kwa sante mampo no nyafo kwa adwuma minister wa ba adwuma yi ampratwum e beto ane so uni ha sei na mo primaries no anhwere ne mabu ne honde secondary na ti enti se wo ye adwuma on beto awo so enti se mo mfa nso mo tirim se aha ye stronghold aha ye World Bank aha ye sei dabi enti NDC enkasa yie oho na so munya de hye na adwene a munya ankoba saa omo hempuntu dwuma hodo a aban ne bai waya de waya ma wo mu akwan bi wo ho a MPP na akoye de ama de hye wopom ho ye wo ha se ehun se NDC bai aban mu Kwabena office akwa mu ye ni yie o fa asokre mampo mansiri mu omo ye akwan ni yie enti MPP tim ko gina ho se me ba me na mehwem wo abena office akwan no asai obeto ma NDC because onim se NDC bo be yema no enti obo sa be ye dey ebe yama no enti munyuma no amomo ye no ona ye ne se timamufo no na se Ghana de hye no a ye ba no because he say no ye disene no a ye free se amanyuku mu no ye gina so ato abo enye so kwa ka se single digit no mo so mo double digit no ye propaganda bi dia wo ye no ho no chirechire mu ye mu mo nte ase says we ne to sire me ba be ye ne ma aboa mo ama enema nyina akonkase wanye ne sa ade a Kwabena bedu dokono kwa wo
anyway I was am tell na afie nkodwa so bra
on say abatu ho obia ne kwan a wogina so a ode to aba yemfa ne se wo ne Samson momienu mu da paper so yese memra meyi ba ko a obedi me so obia wani motive a ode eto aba
mentwa no I think somewhere in 2000 me call Saturday from UK.
Okay.
Na me call na mabi din komo. Obi catch them say didn't you to abama jeje ne say na ho ofen ko a.
The color no kura ku no.
Say ohun ne panu wu nti you so to aba de ma no.
Obi kura de obi ano borofo.
Ayo.
Etimi to aba no e de ma no. Na ho ofe giant a woye we de woye gram se wo ko amano ne kura animonyam wom se Ghana ye mampanyini na ebe we die.
Odi mo efe.
Yes. Mampanyi dada akofo sabarima. On se ni gentle giant na no woye no kura no. Ne ku mani bi sinani ye sexy pa enti na me to aba ma no. Me kai se sana mampanyi dada John Dramani Mahama kra wo ba be ebeye o mampanyi na be die chire no omo ka se we di wo ya branch o enti se o partner JEMS a wanya ne ba bi kra emojamo no ewani mu ko ba se papa JEMS ba mo wo ede ne nkwa ede ne koye no wo mo sa ka se wo ya branch ye papa enipa we di so betena so a ebeboa ye obia wo motive obi wo no mafie na ye wo ni tumu no na NDC ena no no de wodom wante hwe se ne nananom de efri eho ba nyina etu ansesa ne nsa na ebia kakran ne bia wo bi afutuo ana wodi nani hunu bibia ena na adwene ebetimi asesa wo bi so MPP ai wo ni tumu no wo se NPP na edane butu esia ye den wo se me de me maame MPP na no wonti wonim se obesesa na adwene na de bia me ka se yan Ghana for yenim politics ye meka saa se abrofo na yesua wo mo no yenko wo mo na asensan sua bio hwe matra se wo Ghana ha ehunu se amanyofo yenim ni titiru MPP ni NDC wo mo nim politics ne ye ade no KOD na ye wo ye MPP ni ebebo o man ne pa bata ye se KOD na ye amem ye NDC ni de onye hui na mi tu mfuturo di gu nkrofo ani ekoba sa yempe wo man ni mpuntuo ye party nko an adwene ye ho yanwene wo man no mpuntuo die benti na wo bontoa se na ano ya kire se mampanyi abedi ache ba ye hwe so ote kokoso ka se fa abhubrasie sa kire de wo betimi aye kire mafo ne se to wo mutiri mu a wo mo ne beto ma Kone kwa kadi obaye, even though say ho a stronghold, but momu who say gradually at say ye votes no echo from eti me pamu chow. Muni mu ye free tete ye ba say ni ena ye mamu and one me beto so but so ko ka say we mu aye say na we mu nye say ya as a propaganda na wo see bi mu tueska no woni awraba ne bon komo me say na sika tuantu na mumu ntua bi ade no eda ho mu nyina wo bi aye bi etiale no obi kwaye na bro so na de wo suwe mu nyina mu tua
ase wo bokro na obi wia wo so de what ya say na de wo krofo akowia makro na wo de obi fa wo de dia wo boda wuro mu person mamafo nyina meti bi mu nyina ade ne mu tua vote buying Ghana haye tokraba eto pan eto ayi apampan de kwa medwomfo ma memem obi o man April kra enye vote buying ni bia enti mesremo ade bi ho enye propaganda wo se wo ye propaganda meanwhile you are also doing propaganda here eti kade wo betimi aye Shradia na wote so na mo ye no ene de obey wobetimi aye bio sa no a mo dwene Ghana no na mom sa wo bo obi nko acha wo be sa wo kire se ase momo party no ehwese no my Ghana say yen hwe sa de ne biem say de sam say ka no yen hwe me stronghold biem odi agora ne ma fa de
for obi aba ani ada ho ye hu wo mo say ani titiri so wo be petu mi no a me wo me fufuo wa ma pe kro be ba gi awo ama me odrun kran ho a woni me bio eti se ye pedipa ye to aba ne mana okwa obetwa nani adi aba me eti se de omunya isa stronghold say
all right bedasi me fa hia so konkoma agenya ko Joseph we are ardent listener edema dwumadi agenya me show pa na yenko dwasomra na afei abejafo no emagye adwa na afei yenko eye discussion mu yes na ye politics ba be fa ne sa ye wo hanum na ya treten wrong sare yenko
ada na ka wonye wonwu da
politics na aye extreme wo say ye tilt towards a political party asan say be ka no kra ne say no yenka ho na me free ba
na burani won fa ho say se wo man ni puntu nko an na so onim se na adwene woni tim no o de boa party we na se be mo man
na say di ba oba be fa ewe fu no de na ye na friends o na be shena ba mu no aboa bagana say MPP ni
e be proper fashion Sadepa Maswe.
Ebi ashede sidaba ensisa.
Sekofo ye bi.
Kofo ye yi Alaji Malamisa. Ofa no de ne be ye sports minister. Na na Kufa Dubai so ofa ye Lamisi. Ebe ye special prosecutor. Bentensi.
Sir, Osha 48 loss of power no. Be kire say what ultimate foul any.
Messi. No more we chief director na say for no kura nya be you ma free.
Enemy will always be enemy.
Wo man adwuma nkoso. Ohwe o le kura kwa no de na to hwe. Omo a se bi kura yen se da appoint yo mo no kura. O ultimate fa kwa bia so ni abu afri ho.
Ba kwa mna ogidi ye say omompene ku fo do amamu ye one DC fo bi omu feel pa aka omonko na senka
ebi ho
abai mfiri so da
ebi ho pa na MPP fo bi so omo so wo mo jump to the nonsense degree
yes one so anya hu
ano so ho
le bufu afu
anyway
oba mo akwata so be wo say enti amanyo fo mu ntimi nya omo frɛ MPP beba ade na nya kura wo say NDC beba ade na nya kura no na se butu futu okura
ya try
eso mo bia fe
on kanasem
enti na manage KOD ho no we NDC ne o kana se wo boa wo se masa you are not telling the truth
fafa say no
ya ne afra won so wo ba be tun futu ogu eni o be ka kire o masa
ya no do akose ba bi
eso
KOD ya BP ni NDC
anyway Mienko.
Mami kan for ma say o do hombo multi credit service alone so ahon beto free say ya dwene mo ho pa na me say 25th anniversary for flock credit beto me say high purchase and ya amount ye ka say we ase nyina nya de na da we ase nyina na ya den awo man ga na ye ka ho bi na so ne ma hodo no ye se wo pe no wan kasa be kire na cheche kakra say wudi dwa ye ho ana say oni dwa ye ho ye ma say akonya no no to akiri no bosia ho a ye de ema we kuo bosia munni mu ho anti buka mu bo mu nipa num enso enkro ne ma bosa bosia ni bi individual loans so ho abra ba gi bie from managers on 0244176981 901 0244 176 901.
And have a hura fasutu. Me have a chihuahua. I've had my listening up, Miss Oberkain news on Obey market. I'm off when you pay your modia.
I know who know.
Nami won't be woody.
Or Koyachu.
It's me really say, my say, no,
and then no Koyachu.
I'm out for Edumay. And then you're probably fine. Catchword Media Institute. Radio Jumaina will pay be a ya. Mr. Branebefa Forms, our sketchword. Now, yet graphic designs, yet TV and radio disc jockey, one person, one bonyomono, now one picture ecuno. Obasa can a kind news and answer brofodia. Ya bet shira wa be school no now with me kasakama. Talk show bia upesa we yeno. Mr. Bra Sketchword Media Institute. Say ye funny papa. Ye wo weekend classes ewo and ye school fees in the bonus so eda from pa. Mr. Who performs in Ibia Bra Kessben FM ya. Would ye front desk car? What's it oh shak your fan say sketchword for no. One more forms no. Eh just 50 Ghana cedi pe. Mr. Brabeto bi nebesia radio so adwumaye. Fra 0249 414039.
Dr. Tam no say bra no wan shemre ento yade ne so. Ayere so aboso mi ensa na ho ato. Oba na awotwe mienu ene yade e ma aboso me. Poma no ade ko ye no nsa mfa mabiem wheelchair no a wotire mu no mfa mabiem krofo so mu no ye nso wonsa ebiem. Dr. Tam do say yade bi ede hinta mogam wedie ne ntire mu no wode aduro be ka ho ama ne nyina akofri se onyame am ne ho ahode ne ho nimdi a obebua oye pa kumase atwema agogo ene ebutu 0244774282 and now says 0500727515 ofre ye pe beboa wo ama oyade na timi adwane ama
ene na ye kan full latest form edi ama wo ya brabo mu yonko eno no wonim se omo mattresses papa omo di ba ye nti Ghana fo nyina hwiri so ne soro ese latest form no da so massage wo pa eno wase se waboka sifie na wi a tonkonwa papa fagum enkonwa wonya hoho a wa kasa obeden de se de wo ye ship mu adwuma amia wo se wasiesie wo da mu yie latest form enkonwa ya de no so abawo na ya ye L-shaped ewo ho ye wo V sofa range fefefe ya wo ma ye ediaba ye kan se obi aba nanum na me de metimi ato wo beto kra boro so wonim se aboa no ukuta sika ketekete mampole a wo betimi anya enkonwa papa ade asi wo office anasa edem latest form ya brabo mu yonko
bosomi ya wiye mu na class se so ma wasifo no senior high school na eba na wiye na emu aye de pa entumfa ho nhemu ane wo ya ye ho me se ma English ne ma asena nye nkoa enka fi fa ho bebo ye na ye moa KUC ene ye boa wo sa kwa no so lecture se kire wado ma bin ye kwa kwotro atwa no no benya ayere so bi a wo de be kwa ma ne ma nyina ajeja na so registration fee no 100 cedis free ye 0264 717 7047 0264 70717047 and I say 0501 637383 for ahushem na wasin so he no wodi anu ntimi ntwa
na me se wontimi nka sumusem a mobo paa o onsa pampan ye wo anu ntize se ankaja me bo so abetena machi mpese me kagu na sumsa no pe medi koko bo se menu mu bo ntimi jimi nka che no
waka
so me se me kagu na sum na no so enti me wa mo bo enti me sra se pampan wo anu mu a enu an so wo koto pep student en ka pep student keke wo se wo pe cavity fighter no eno na adwuma ye ne se wadidi amana hyehye wo sim na wo di paste bi atwi na ntimi endondon no nyima wo use pep student cavity fighter na eyiyi wo sense plaques ni nyina ama afedie pampa ya agi wanu mu aboso ne firi ho ama wo katre maso te kama wo ma hyeda di nuane nu awodo ani nua bi mu nsuo no ma chinchim ade aye pep student cavity fighter enti sa wo di twi wo se a ebo wo gam no eho ban pa eno an wo bi yusu ena wo bekrom atobi eye pep student cavity fighter KOD
all right
say enshiraba so fia me fibo set ebi so ne so tinano Joseph Kacha Branton so ye do be ko akogina wo dibia no ne si wi ya na waka
ekutia preaching kwanya media me kwaji atokoko na masa wo ba begia me
me pa chobon ko wa
Dr. Tam da so me ni na firi kuro na me se ye na ye nya no wo beto ma ye na se obehun so obon san sa atua Minini from Abe.
I say, want to me for some currency.
Hey, they said you're matty free. Metia Konya was a quianet. So that's matty free.
Equia to me on Monday. And run home from. And Yadian chin all of a sudden. I say, a pure Koyan better. Edina, imagine matty free in Sametra. I say, okay, won't you? Anyway, yet I say, Banet in Coach Channel. Ashes so ewa we say good morning. My son is at Legon. School fee paying. Okay. One for the amma. Also bet me the message about 0551599933. Na chese some ewa ho yebe bubu ho o de o message ne ba yebe kinkan e de amount Pato Laundry Services Eddie B. Abrain and ne anope ma menken kind na fe yen twaso eso ewa nin komo ye hwe eye campaign the two political parties say but sabria meka say de Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia a suspend ne de ama His Excellency John Dramani Mahama edaso ewo from Mountain. But to see, I always change my hand. I don't vote based on their manifestos. I know what is good and what is bad. Wishing lawyer Bafwewa, incoming MP for Menchia South, all the best. Pato Laundry Services. I really like your style of hosting. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Pato, dear, I don't know. Awante.
Senior.
Akwaba.
Yeah, yeah.
Na boko de.
Na me adom boko.
Pa jom fa camera nto no so ma me wai, Mr. Mo. Wabo de na yenko. And me introduce wabo wade. No one abobo wade.
Oh, okay. Dodo na de omde frame I Jackson. Ba phone name ni Darren Pra Jackson. Jackson na free titi nyina.
Darren Pra
Jackson. Dodo na open wasem Jackson.
Representing
the National Democratic Congress.
The National Democratic Congress.
NDC. Amanyukua ye kan ye yo. Amanyukua Ghana fu mu gidi.
Okay.
Amanyukua sa Ashanti region be fa ne ne pe afria na ye noa.
Okay.
Bibia di sisi asantema mu asantema ye kra behwe. Na ye dodo na ye NDC na ye.
Okay.
Nti ye ndie ye sia ye yo. Ye nya ya no mu a Womo say asanteman
yanom ne hefo no
nyam pipi aman na
yo na body en na oka yanom dia aso be ka Jack Toronto no
so Jack Toronto don say ka do mem ka nya Jack Toronto ni na aban ya
okay
nya Jack Toronto ni na aban ya womo de aja womo de na da sa ewie kra de womo say sa asanteman wa nya project mpo na ma womo t-shirt ya what man project na ma womo t-shirt a womo beto aba Yesu de ebu asante
ene ye wo hosa
omoda so ka
sa
ye no na si kumawu
okay
ehwa no omo ka no ampa so omo timi chamu ni tujimi ni anwa manipa gidiye omo philosophy ni say manipa ho nkire no a edu abato obra o de mantensi dis
and no interpretation na sanity
wo
interpretation na sanity Jackson me say from voter region ye try say Jimmy Boachansa ba be kansa ono be chirim e dia ma the New Patriotic Party na ono e den dia be say for the voter region voter region na your mampani dada akopiem ho. Are you losing grounds of voter region?
You lose ye
na adan afi de ase musuri because mo catche voters ne say and as mo wo ho no say MPP gaining grounds omo enya 14% ni first na single digits is omo ba double digits
e wi aso ntimi nka say enipa beto abase ni omo to na just as oba Ashanti regional dynamics no esesa no sanity pajot ma say Ashanti regional dynamics no sesa na esesa enti ntimi nka say obi stronghold obi mbonwram and now when my yen to aba in Ashanti region and the NDC is gaining momentum in Ashanti region, no doubt.
Nti e basa mo so gaining momentum ho anya wanwa.
Nti e basa won so call me who say MPP gaining strength bi a vote.
They are former president that kind na regional social council.
Oh, they be. They are going there to also say omo njai ma yen ka say ye wura omo territory mu. Nti so omo ye nhwe ha and political strategy we nyina ka ho. So MPP for call MPP for voter region kwaye campaigner. Yentimi nga say we are dwelling on complacency voter the way strong vote yen sanko.
Okay.
We will continue going there to ensure say
and nada be MPP the bebano, we will expose them for them to vote.
Today nada na MPP for the akwakomo.
And nada MPP for the beba.
Omo de beba just be boy.
Debina nada MPP kwade. You see, my mama we MPP amanyoko bi omuni voter region ni so the voter chiefs and the entire voter region is just looking at MPP say omo yo omo aso omo ba. Untimi si obi kwan say mo ompesi aso me campaign. But hwa na ye omo voter region. MPP be lose aba omo lose bi the voter region. Why? Womo ni aban a womo timi prepare budget MPP government we timi prepare budget. Not the whole Ghana roads e be nyina na voter region kan. A fact.
But why you rule so ho?
Me say, woman that prepare budget ye voter region free mu. It took the lives of the voter caucus. I could to any ye man ranking on transport. Kwame Agboja mu any average mu na tnase. E ka send that budget we yem pass that until some koye realignment. The voter regional routes e kan. Abanya wo bobra. We Ghana nyina we team prepare road infrastructure financial money financial engineering out by your mind no we say I may voter region film you can also oversight MPP kwa the voter region e ho de nyehu e back here we need to show them respect here nja omumu MPP abai na catch say time Keta sea defense tidal waves ni see no me pa cho de asana na pokai na po say na poya wonu di MPP fu animu ya okasa wanwene hu
to
sabi ya okasa wanwene hu wo say akofo adonim na wo boasika no se wo de kwakoye tidal waves yakoto Keta sea defense no ama nsu fa wo mo no ejaye a obe organize kumasefo e demonstration etia na aban
one can in context and I say you just pick it how we picked it or can no now I say oh yeah anti-voter
oh yeah anti-voter oh yeah keen anti-votarians anti-voter region napo wakaya na wanka adia context sabi mpanifo say onipa wotan nimpo owu a wo ye den uja bibia maneka tini ese obi wa yenka na kira sembone no enti sa asem tu nua na o ye Ghana ni na nsuo ba bi omo wo no because of their proximity to the sea but what man say ye wo that geographical disadvantage ni ma wo mo say eye nsuo no tai hasa wo na wo ho no aye be ye hu sihye ama won president Kufuor wanye Keta sea defense president Kufuor ko ye bi adan na duru Kufuor do so a wo be ye bi na pose ma Kufuor do mfasika bi ankosi Keta sea defense yes obey demonstration
ma mintie yankasem we na yenhwe pe what napo essay ekaim. So the Minister for Energy and MP for Menchia South, Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh, also known as Napo, has strongly refuted claims of ethnic bias in relation to his recent comment on radio regarding the Keta Sea Defense War Project. It will be recalled that in the afternoon of 2nd December, when the minister granted an interview, in particular in discussion the Keta Sea Defense War Project, the minister berated the NDC for abandoning the people of Keta for 8 years during the administration, nothing that the project never found. Expression in any of the then government's 8 budgets. He was emphatic in stating that I supported the finance minister finding space within the coffers to find the Keta to fund the Keta Sea Defense. I supported that 100%.
Me pacho way na podie he is found of doing that.
Anything.
Oka sem na afi onya backlash a. Na nse ya wo ka Kwame Nkrumah asemi. Wansa koja Kwame Nkrumah Nkrumah nkase agina no asi bone. Na po okasa olake ade e friend say self awareness. We ye wo video na me ka se bia wo bo video no. Oka na Asempa Studios. Asempa FM Studios no ka asem no. Onu so amafo taking say one kasa ye no. And no grantee interview say one can sa. Na sabi enso to e na ya ntente ade achi ye hu se forma fo. Na pokro ye. So what I say MPP anche bia na ye bie akoso mo dam no and in so far the people of Volta region displace a lot of households. Me patcho den see MPP de kwakwa de John Sampa e dia se na akofo do kan wo mo nto aba mame e ka abato okran ka min twam ha ka min sia mo nto aba mame you I want you to tell your people
today make Kenya no the o Kenya no does it mean that the MPP has done nothing our Volta region?
I am saying that I will not sit here and say so MPP nye bibia of Volta region as amanyuku, but keenly one of the regions almost disrespect woman. Nana Akufo-Addo kasa tia voter him for. Or kasa tia voter region for. Or yen nyamet ampano, we have not seen any magnitude project or any magnitude relief biya. Akosombo spillage in the bay no abaya yama womo. It took the lives of the Okujeto and co and almost mobilized resources be seen.
According to the NPP fraternity of Volta region, say, and your money be bring a coin, those say individuals a cajon, but the government also contributed.
I see who that magnitude.
To that magnitude.
Yes, I was saying Kabani taking leadership. Now one day, so my mum put me boa do no, and the koya yem yehu. What you say? Now bind the air, fiança no man no more. I just abide one Fabian Kwani, a becambu, a cambroso, to the Kakrebi Kwakwe anymore. That's what I'm saying that MPP will never gain grounds in Volta region. I ain't see that. Now they are moving.
And you who now bomb.
And you who be a routine.
I say, as a municipal Titan, I say,
routine.
Who left and right and afraid the more cancer electorate.
Yes, say. She was sitting him. Not to a bar. MPP by yem fiem wa twinie sane yen NDC 40 million sase ebo e wa Ashanti region ebobo niema ya MPP regional minister wa Ashanti region yakache so omo 10 wantimi ambo. One of the key constituencies in Ashanti region, which is Bantama, MP 5 wantimi ambo. They have nothing to show for. And yen we are never intimidated by the presence of MPP in that voter rate. Debbie. A campaign strategy ni say, Team Papa B, and you solidify your defense and attack. And our defense is voter region. We solidify there and then we move on to attack.
Propaganda nim.
And propaganda ben.
Propaganda nim.
A no cresa voter region for to Abama NDC.
And no
cresa Ashanti region for to Abama MPP. Enti wo bokanta dey na wo ye ekire ho ba we na de ani mu ate ho we across ya
onsa wo yonko na wa bo ekire ho ba we unfo buga mma mu ntwa manfo wo
voter region for hwe abenedi a wo modi wa MPP nsam ene ye kai wo mo se ensuo beji wa eduro beji wa atrema agro be so efra no pa ni wo ne mu atenan wo mo samba ha se mo beto amamu e mo ara masemu a but I believe that the people of voter region are so sincere. So MPP abura womadi womo ensan koto abamo
mamusa say yeka Volta no MDC4 especially in the John Dramani administration. What did you do for the people of Volta? And nay matu mo say omonto abamamo
o kanisa Volta region e den wo anytime be a be share project be as Volta region you start to have a human rights production you start to Volta region you look at primarily what they do. You see, policy is not a policy that will work in a different geographical environment. May not necessarily work in other geographical environments. In the Volta region, you can afford power. And almost sounds when you school. Any of you has called me. You did invest in my woman.
John Dramani Mahama time. John Dramani Mahama.
Any other mills.
Okay.
They did invest in my woman.
Okay.
Volta region. Yeah, also so. And yeah, quite be brema voter for. What am I saying? Volta region so almost so because of me Equiafo MT Eastern Corridor roads, they were part of it. But what am I saying?
Okay.
It took the MPP's administration say BB Shegu of my voter region biano or man to us. And now here Eastern Corridor roads and in agency more. But what am I saying? And the voter region there, they know what we've done for them. And you nipa bin and maybe a moon, they feel disgruntled and will go behind us. What you say? Some who ye nua kokwa nyi do propaganda wo ye ma MPP. Tian trance aloof say ne wo ye ne hu ye.
Okay.
What you say? And will continue going there. Ye nko ka so mo nyi t-shirt no mo nto aba. Esa ne edidi o matem. See ye bibi na ayam from swa we appeal to them so munjemu. What you say? Ni enko yenim. Me ka say ayi bibi 100%. But ye ntam t-shirt in comma votarian say monye nhye. Ya anye kwan ama mo monye t-shirt na monto aba. We will not do that.
All right. Jackson mesaba ho na me nkoroma Jimmy Boachansa. Akwaba. Jimmy.
Kodi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Boko de.
Christo Adaroma kakanka kra.
Yede nyame ase. Say de mo so mo twen na maye campaign friends manifesto launch ho. 18th into be kota kra.
Takrade. Nyame adom na se dru na se ekwan wo ma enyina ye be kwa kobo.
Former president. Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
former president of Volta region na or kansem ade egum so meka mo meka the New Patriotic Party say moba mo de atro ene ne de ne adefedefesem enam de comma people of Volta region tinei kania nanka yeto aba and the Fourth Republic 1992 constitution by nanka munya a single digit enam matro ene madada anti enei moba mo egeni aye double digits ewo Volta region na ene wasa catch votarians no say atrone adada ye discan ba wo mo nyini na emom omonto aba no emfama the NDC mamito Jimmy minim se mo ya dada afo ne atrofo sa
unse ja mpenfo ne kan ma sem se ebrani dua ndi be hu danta e de beden e de bo mame fa ofidi kesi so na enra insha so constituency a constituency chairman George Kofi Ejeya oka baby ne na wotweda Jokad e ba so e wo Rich Park na empanifu efri chichiri ni bentoya e ba buaye e ma observe 1 week no me fa ofidi kesi so Kessben e dia seda amo bibia oba bia wotie dwumadie no the general secretary lawyer Justin from Ponkudua was there. The national organizer Henry Nanabuachi was there. Yura Matthew Dr. Opoku Prempe was there. Yura Abujina Po and Benufobi Bre Kekao Omunina Ebaho Ebabe Boy. The Minamofidi so any Shayesufunina Ediaseda and Nama Bibia Obabe Boy. Nyamia Duma Eidano 9th of November 2024. 9th of November 2024. Memenda. The besre sene mo bebo boy ma ye observe na wotweda no idro yida na 9th of November na mo boy na bibia enye kama maminchia mesofo Reverend Kofi APG Debra ADK of Fire Embassy International baby obia no papa the nchia stronko enam Kessben efidikesi so edema yenko yasem no so onze minua hyase se okasa ansa na me babe wurem nti mtie ne kasa na ene de wi a na so te so kakra
obi aturbo ase kasa so hote so
it was an observation and na unsem kasa before se me be wura ha me be hu no na me tie no
okay
I didn't see him nti we hwe ne kasa mu ne nsem na okana e was a hote so na me be wura ha se na me hu se wasan botai ti ma minya antiasie kakra ewo the way ya
na so ne mena na
sa asem ne de eso mene dia sa na wo se okasa me ka se we abato na yekoto no on the 7th of December 2024 MPP ebitumi edinkunim edinti na me kasa hwe
onka so mbedinkunim mbetimi so obi anim so obetimi edinkunim ti na wo
me I'm objective I'm being objective team yepa
okay
irrespective of the facts I represent the MPP minim ze nka obi abetraze ya ma yoku no obe represent no ka no jinjinjin no se biota fracha me ma ko square drekire and me nya me ho te se de me kasa no rosa be see MPP betumi dinkunim objectively who study the political history of Ghana from the Fourth Republic 1992 by nya kabimami kebina da ho clear say in view what you be no Ghana for change yaban enye based on the political party our office
but
the 8-year period
aben nom
eno ntina mi base me statement on the fact say you bet me dim kunim.
Okay.
The make what you say. I didn't make us say you shift from 2017 at the bar. John Dramani Mahama, you are Tamils. 8-year period that end this nya no. Hwe say a be objective and I'm using the word objective. The ba twi kase ni mu a. Say fa ho kwatwetwera mayoku bia asem na wo kan. O kan te say the waye nhwehwemu ana say o kan fine. It didn't make us the record da ho no and then say 8 years I demand NDC. Roads, kilometers are more and that the Ministry of Roads and Highway 4,600. TSM you record that MPP win na memo.
The 8 years of the Mills Mahama administration.
8 years.
4,600 kilometers.
Yes.
Okay.
MPP akaya 4 months na ye 8 years. Yam fan say ye 8 years. Roads no 12,800 kilometers. KOD. Anything for 8 years no. Uti dan na wa be ka kire de okwa koto aba ne say, wo na we 4,600 kilometers in 8 years no. Any de o ye 12,800, even the probability so bit me hit 13,000 crown high because all 4 months to go. High. How do you justify this? Inti me in share me free bar. Maybe I may recently Sokoban. That double road in a farm jo kwa di kosi trade no. Sokoban na aka no munye na me no kasi. Contractor wo ko fijobo ho no ma wogu so.
I said double road in the end was Sokoban ho na. And I free ho connect
I'm talking about the medi de ehu. TUC junction. Unse ne nsu be free Meclan. Ebesi twemu fa ademra DBS echiri ho no ma ko bom wo se mas kosi suatamu da ban suatamu kwan mu ho ena me no kasi konne ko hwe o maguso akas nam so tada kudum ho na bridge bi wo ho no ma na nsuo no ebufa bridge no so ma nsuo no faka eka kwan nim ene aban ye bridge no udu DBS aban ye bridge no udu se mas ahojo echiri ho no ma aban ye bridge no udu da ban suatamu ho no ma aban ye bridge no ene ukọ anyinam say all these things me my observe who say before say MPP aban betena konwa so na ye but if I know and I agree to the fact say sa kwan we nyina ene bosomtwe kwan na ye aban no waye ene ebuo kota na so kwan na ye aban no waye anwan kwante ko oboase na aban na ye aban no waye akra kumase na ye and now when we buy and Nibre Kwanso woye Kumasi Airport phase 2. You see the giant structures you want. Aban waye KGTR phase 2. Market phase 2. Ya buy ya peja dani de si wonum. Enti aye dioman for dio mani aye de ehunu. The same thing applies to the voter region. The same thing applies to the voter region. The record is there.
Voter region den no maye no den no maye ho no ma say ipepese oboboso na yehu enema maye o voter region
agenda 11 hospitals even before the agenda 11 hospitals na ye wo polyclinics yesi uko anloga ibi wo hono so and a number of towns me wo names no abet me an bobo no avid dakpa pevi adaklu waya Vegolo kwati names no Zulu kuta you can have much of the phone. That is
okay.
Zone 7.
Okay, zone 7. Ave Dakpa. Pevi. Adeklo wire. Tamale. Tamale no kaho.
Zone 7 no contain hospitals in that range. Into the voter region no.
Vegolo kwati. Kajeji. Anloga. Jolo Wita, Prang, Petoy, Busunya, Akachi.
These are hospitals are captured in the zone 7, and we are a document. Dr. Insiansari, and they put you up. Or we are hospitals are no the whole Ghana. and na me no ka say
voter DNA
okay voter DNA enti wo ma mo ho nom no me nua minim so free voter na ba free voter
free voter
very good
otikumase ya
very good
ana wako ho na say
owia this document be push di ama no
yes mo abande wo mo nya hwe ho na abande nkrofo na
kasa about project ntia me enkofa sa ya abande no
mo diska to amafo na
David me fa chose me de ma wose bobo ana ma nya sa senka me obi anka me ba empese me nko ana me pese me hwe a me pese me ye transparent am obi anka me fa phone ma fa phone ma me pa cho ma fa ma wana document na wo so no hwe we a national document we a national document agenda one pictures na da ho hospitals na pictures na ni pevd na yisi na any picture ni ebi omo mo Facebook no pese omo bia
capture
but ebi omo bitumi ehu say there's a picture
there you kawasa mo de kawasa
project ni aye and not yanum say no ka say votes no increase because say your mama say entro na yekutwa in the history of the Ghanaian politics the only flag bearer wajia tum say oye campaign u twantro e de kire Ghana for John Dramani Mahama but yen before 2020 me pa jo na NPP na ya seat wo voter region ni you seat wo voter region me pa jo now NPP any seat wo voter region we have a seat there and it tells you that going into the 2024 elections under normal circumstances anka amayuku na betna power na oche no e wasn't can the votes no so ye den e drop it nanka seat no kranka onya seat but now that the MPP is going ahead and ahead no anga ye kwen mebeka senka bia ya ho befunu omanfo wo voter region kran now na yenya seat wo and the probability that you bet me nya another seat in the voter region no e clear because MPP for ayade bia ebinsi da making sure that we vote for a leader and as a flag bearer or baby leader onya kan and consistently about to ekoto ya
is that the only way mo gina so your Trump card mo gina so ka say no nti o meto abade amamo
die enieman bia na NDC for no omo no mo ye campaign omo nka project otiase the same John Dramani Mahama akwa o say e ya atro na ye bi di kire omo and it's an insult e di the attempt say wo ka kire obi say mehu kwan mehu hospital and the University of Health and Allied Sciences the phase 2 people the MPP abaya kwa in voter region enti se me mani hu na se mo voter region na me se me kwoto aba na me to the MPP amayoku a na wa ba be didi matem se e tro ne be di kire me na se bi utafrache mani na etuatua ho no ne maso na wo ho no de e bia me ankasa no mintumi mfa mani ne nya analysis mintumi mfa nya observation enti je se obi be twatwa kire me and it's wrong. Politicians should stop that, especially you know more NDC mo, because ene Ashanti region. The bia me bahanum say mekasa I mean da MPP buy 8 years. Oma completed 13 hospitals in Ashanti region. 13. Wo a record of completion in terms of hospital project. Zero. The bia me come say zero. Obien hon ma obetimi okwa opa kofa same jamfinu ankasa mu fa ne betena hanum sei na on my their record in terms of 8 years completing health projects but record is zero. Then Nanado Dankwah Kufodo ni the Baumia administration no oma completed 13 hospitals 13 Obama constituency in Shire Patasi Police Hospital before 2017 the whole Ghana not the police administration or just one hospital they were crying no? That under the able and capable leadership, Nanado Dankwah Kufodo, and Yira Mahmoud Baumia. Yenya Patasi Police Hospital. So the record is clear. The Abina Yeno say Oman Phone say Omobe she. No more Jina Swatwa ba. Hey, and I know John Dramani Mahama say, Tiasem you. Or catch a nurse for say, NPP for Ayejuma pa. Inti yento abama onu mum na onu beto agenda 11 so
o kan he no kan sing
okoye campaign
say MPP for ye adwuma pa say MPP for ye adwuma pa
in terms of agenda 11 hospitals
say no kan
on nurse for nursing students no nursing training for ni CI and ade will be otifide ni ya we onye share no yes also my idea pa na omu project my bi tisa agenda 11 no oba be den oba be complete na say beauty fracture
say no waka so my idea pa oba go complete and also my idea pa
na say beauty fracture so you can search for the statement on the internet I said the NPP has done a lot of work, okay, and such of those projects, the agenda 1 na oba be complete amanes for na adwuma ye nti se bi NPP ti akonya so na ono ya agenda 1 no ade nti na me nkoto aba ma NPP no ono amfa na dwuma pa wo hyase ye no onfam be wie ye papa na me meto aba ma wo ba ye no record of completing a health project within the Asante region eye zero no ade na ya density se obetimi aba ya ama nurse for na adwuma ye enti ye be sere ga ye be sere nuanom nurse for no e na omo health sector no omo moa e dwuma pa no ye firi nyamba ye papa
now there Volta region krona the former president Deka say nei say Ghana amampani ene na be de chire me Ghana for acho because of how the Ghana ewure mu no enye the finance minister also mo ba no be Ghana for acho say de makọ how ene ahohehia mu na eno kura no mpacho wie kura mo nto aba emfa emma omo se obi aye bone ana se nsusue mu obi ehu se niam bi oyeye amfom wafom na se wo hu se obawa be pacho ana se omra me pacho. Do you agree with the former president say I was say the president should come together with the vice president or a flag bearer and me pacho because of how near manie any sebi yesika sama atwapi ye ne omse epeje also me pacho ewo hu
meda wase minu ye wonti ase se nie wono akobo bosia a started projects now by virtue of election we free abai mu no se onwie project na on starting anka what do you call completion obi starting bibia what do you call completion ye ba abai mu na president ko for the nsaka projects bi Asante Memo ha so fly interchange Asqua interchange flyover no ta president ko for the nsaka ye wie ye ne be wie ye bia no ye frɛ president ko for ona no and ya nso ye share ye de ase what have you started our complete nti obi awie adwuma 50% complete obi awie adwuma 70% our start adwuma ye 70% na wo ba 70% na wo ba na wantimi enwie a obi asta na wotimi wie a wo ono 80 ni 70 no wo no anya ade wo a wo de 10 be source no wo na ya ade. Is that your logic?
Which projects are you talking about? Hospital.
Tepa Hospital. It was 95% completed. Tepa Hospital.
Okay.
Ye na ye kwaje bosia be refurbish page si ho no. Ah?
Is 95 dey na nka mawio. I don't know when we answer na mako.
Tie, time on schedule.
Okay.
Ye tra be mu aka na be wi. Kan you na be wi.
Okay.
By ye time UGMC ye ne page si ho. Election if you are the project will be completed. Meboa. And today na wo wa shase a watimi awie. That is the point.
Almost 13 our Ashanti region.
She 13 the bio. Almost 13 a yen shase na o ma be wie. And I'm say obi asiden awie. Aboso aye bibia awie. Wo plaster house na see da no.
Anyway.
That's why me ka say. What I remember wasem no so
for want of time
yen na ye di sika shase do 80-90% 70% completion no wo a wo di 20 be so you cannot acclaim say wo na wo ye
anyway
and san tro na
eba baby they accuse you because some of them they accuse you say Sikano Krano, some of them were diverted into other areas because and no can be the some of the projects.
A ferry project. Since Omobaye omunya hwe wo ho Captain Smart ko twitwa beto social media no baby ye ja to ye no oti baby ye ja to ye no wa na wa to sa de no mumie
foundation no ahwa na say mu ye kodu he
yes see dan ni nyina wie afori military hospital.
Then sometimes I heard some of you say mo ka say mo buy a foundation no mutu ye na no na wo ho nti
musi ya come say opa ma
I'll go there, don't worry. I'll go there. Me am personally make ho
jeje market yes we ye na agi hu sika o say ukọ phase 2 now which is central market now e dey na si onu an regional minister be ka say sika na sa ye ni sika bi ade project bi o ka che otumfo enye me na o ka che me ka che as na na santenhene say wono kwa wa fere enti ye di sika be sha ade ase na by virtue say ye free aban mu nti ubana governance is continuous process na wo wi a wo so wo dia what is our logic we bi da
anyway
now I mean ko wa asemi so as my president Mahama kan no instructive. aban we eba 2016 no enema ye to aba wo so ye gina so to aba de di kan enema mu di ye de pa won pa corruption fight, prudent economic management 2, rule of law 3, education 4, health 5, infrastructure 6. Enema we ni ye gina so to aba enema we ni ye to aba ye gina so to aba patwat ma say enti se ka na ye hwe enema susudua we ensia ya ye gina so to aba yi na ye de toto mo modern mo na mo hwie a mamenko Nana Akufo-Addo in corruption fight, the fight against corruption, we are seeing Afrobarometer corruption perception index. People John Mahama fighting corruption. It me 48%. Nana do aya do mama nya de which is 2016 na ye boja no. We climbed down to 43%. Our highest score was 48. Nanado's highest score is 43%. In corruption fight, one lose. Obienu sem pipi amanyukwe wa mu akronfo. Ni omo kaso mbe nyina I shall protect the public purse. Na chese sika ne bebo ho ban. Beboa, ye bebo sika no ho ban. Na watem sika wa bra parliamentarians nya we. Wa bu mra so atem sika 58 billion Ghana cedis e dey kotu to form. You call this infrastructure? You should be ashamed. What could you la Accra greater Accra la General Hospital? What you go? Be seen there, untimi see. What's now by mu catch and another catch and say, I shall what in corruption fight? I will work with the analysis principle. Not just say undercover journalism. I didn't same Pierre Bontin and on a bayer wadi I would be ye juma. I cook it as she. And net one can so on analysis by ye jumo or say the analysis principle. Nana do ba ye. One more undercover journalist near to Batefri Ghana. Because would you agree be do them? The likes of Edward Adetimo for Star FM on the corruption exposes ba. Omo nya dwane Afri Ghana. Manasi azuri munyina ayemre. Anase kwa de wa kan system. You call this a government? Abanya was say I will not operate family and friends. But then the mama etiminya contract, ni baba etiminya contract, $39 million. Yati say contract because say bika ho, emane ko $109 million. Ah, ni ase be Paul mine chose what da wo mine go mine ni mu ase. Abaya excavator 500 timi yira. Yenchi wo bia besine. Abaya abobo ya 400 timi yira na dwobre kope. Yenchi wo bia besine. Abaya koto edro bre ye COVID-19 vaccine. Ewiase nyinase ne boa ye den kwa $9. Abai we de je Ghana for $19. Konko achi konko. Ye bonija. Enti ye ka keta shisha abai we ye poto.
Enti ye betumi aka say musumu onu Ghana an apology because enema ya okay. Ebisu koso on mabem say omo mpa chodia. Then the former president ene NDC amamusu epagana for achewe ye.
Edie na ekoso wa ya bem.
Say no one edi tu mu. Anana nya no kre.
Me pacho na nya no kre. Mo na mo raise the high hopes.
Enti sa corruption charges bus branding ne sida ne suba na ni nyina na nya no kre. Na economy ni mu nya din. Na cedi to dollar we na nkoso.
Say me ka ba. Ye corruption fight no. Yen crowd for mo engage in acts of corruption. Ye hwe mo twa ha na.
All of them?
All of them.
All of them?
All of them.
All of them.
Me say this ne ye
every sefi yankra de na.
Every sefi yankra o mo ba ye 7 years sabi uko obi man so ne eton kube no 1,500 no anu bia we nipa bone. Uko mo na bo kubo ne bo. Kube ne bo na boy.
Okay.
Wo ba Kumasi anum ne ye sports festival. Ah, na man to mo ne memu a se wo pe bia tokra wo beto. Enti on ba ye. Nko betime investigate no. Muna mudin throttle John Mahama so. And that's what the special prosecutor and the report no. Or send Mahama and Yem for so be a womb. And to move Pamatadie and I'm MPP a throne where the womanty or more Pamatadie share NDC. Into the months Muka Yenano appointees a NDC. NDC ye bear 6 million per vote. Aye 6 million. Say ni patre penalty prosecutor on my wedding.
Anyway, you're the first
man. Yanko economic management. And no numudja de wa. Tina do mama say mo me pacha wono. And numudja a friend saying, what do you call it? Economic management. Dr. Mamudu Bawumia. Sawunin ne economy kan. Won yade won monoma. Eye bo ne ebo akoya hwere nkon. Won motew, won twatew. Won mama ye Ghana economic management head of economic management team. Won meye na yenye GDEP da. So obi di sika aba aban bosia na aban ba betua. Aban simintua. Tintin midin fie dunum ne betua. Emene nkokrafo ne mrofo mabo pampes o mte dem de to adoko dialysis. Emu 81 ewu. Aban aba mene esikafo nyina ayemre. Sa wote na no burukutu. Na no nyina fodwen sa wote aban adwen boni woni timotim ka se onipa we mene ne wasem megu na dwuma. Wa ma ekom pa baganda ekom chenchenche ekom bobolebo. What say President Mahama Kase Pacho indulge in 2 minutes. It's a President Mahama Kase. Send your mama money what carry sika $2.2 million. What they call planting for food and jobs. Who we are Adriana Shorto. Me who philosophy will be that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Jimmy.
Keodi.
Awesome Pacho.
Keodi.
Awesome Pacho.
Keodi my mentor die. A chopper die. Ubia sebio yatete no fi. Onim sene ewiase abrabo city no eni se chewpa eyodin me yo bibi na me gitum se mafomwa there is no way I will hesitate say me ba bepa ocho but the onu gina ho na ono ka kire wo se kopacha ono ebi ono kra no o ka kire se kopacha ono se didi watem asena me
gas atem didi wo num pa
o debi se
mami tu
hwe enye se atim didi anya sana mpese mchiro ebia ti fon fa ncheme o so fa cheme ebia sana wo hu no ba asem na ye ka no nti na meka se objectivity jomama na onu sei MPP eni na nado Dankwah Kufuor empa Ghana for chew no enyo no ba santeme mu anu so ka kire se ye de good ye kwan koranya de ni so o ba santeme mu na o pass that comment na wo na wo si Kufuor nko pa chew no. These are your statements. Martinamidu, or your investigation about the airbus. No, and then response not the man. A friend is stupid. Your mama friend is stupid. Say me boa, catch him say me boa. On a political platform, he called him stupid. Say, a Martinamidu your investigations on a government official one. I mess with me. So I say obey politics, any communication. Ashanti region dia mesre no eya Accra nsensem no onjai ye wokuma se ya ndc mpacho me pacho oh please boss ye din o kasana mete ya masa ye din efutu opa na ofa opesu
yeah me pacho Jackson it's okay Give me let's carry on yes
say ndc ye bibi wa Ashanti region anka ngoka University of Ghana Medical Center say ndc ye bibi na de nam National Cathedral ndc
omoka Dubai kejeti
we Ashanti my person omo ti project ndc ye
Dubai kejeti omoka Crowfoot market
yeah politics omoka na me dia na me pe hospital me constituency me pe schools me pe say akwan ne bridge access nya ye interchange aye no so me na ne person wa Ashanti man na yes can say corruption ye buy no ye created the office of the special prosecutor abana ye kwakoto no December 7th na December 7 2024 no eye Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ene Yewura John Dramani Mahama wo di president ni bi da e dey no ye fa corruption ho absolutely nothing but under Mahmoud Bawumia
a prosecuting one appointees one prosecutor be
me ba jo na appointee ba ko pe Abuga Pele ye ne be complete prosecution na man judgment
on a chassis
I didn't tell you me
o say
because on one case on kan nipa na semen wi secondly me the picture be kire we James Ajenim Boatin me be say mama nu ati ase say me in charge of policy tracking and evaluation for the Liberal Institute for Policy Studies Ashanti region had them say this is a think tank here. We on the seat on the 1st of May. But with me, why? On the 1st of May 2016, this was the state of Aferi Military Hospital. We the deputy minister of health under John Mahama in the post 2 years. And it's what time say now we dear trose. Ye buy no. Ye mfa bibia meka Aferi Military Hospital ho. Wo you host what one ma me de saa de we kire no. Wo ye judge. Tell mama with evidence. Who can me say mama with evidence.
Jackson, you had your time.
Yes. Mama with evidence. Secondly, me be me nu eti ase. So for interchange. Anya na asha ase. We so be wie. But ye ma Ghana for nyanti ase. So for as part of the so for interchange project no. Na road abua kwata no so double road na ene MPP after 8 years aba back na ye to so ye de kwan na ye kono. Na ye ka ho. Nti men kan che say we be complete ye. Palpable force. Again, Yama Ghana Frontier, no okay be about Tepa Hospital. And no crowns and a mama. And this about to me a project, I could do 95%, and I won't be ano. Because yet Yana Mosimuka could be a commander sugar factory. Because that project and yet completed. KJT marketing, Mubasa Mubaba baby commission, but in ye, in the we know you guys. But what the question be two moment, man, not senior maybe as a pa. Me see, in terms of hospital project, my record a 0. You buy from 2017 up to date. Hospitals are young Cassia started ya complete. And then uko manson kwanta baku wo. And then uko tredia baku wo. And then uko no manja baku. Me yes anti politics. I'm what you say. And then uko drobon so baku wo. These 5 hospitals, a Vamed hospital project, MPP are
started
and completed
within the 8 years.
Yes, started unim or ye ignorant. Sana bruni bekano. So what you say? I started and completed. Unima and name come what you say. Who buy and tell me you now can be about project. Oh please. Oh
Jackson, please allow him. Me pacho, Mr.
Who any bianca me
pacho.
Take one is through. Yeah, buy and you see the 8 years me boy. You buy President Kufuor project too. Yeah, MPP Akufo do not be complete President Kufuor project. Yes, you buy you know. They will buy you know. President Kufuor project Ujama wa also be complete you know. Record A 0. They will jaya yes you be 8 years a complete ni menu nyina. Kumewu. Ene
Kwabena.
And they will jaya hospital be a ujaya. Hospital a wo and this will touch ya when we you buy a complete ni nyina. Ni nyina. Be say o shase. Tiemi o shase. But you be complete for me na kumawu.
Me pacho trust me.
And we are confused.
Trust Jimmy trust me.
Oh, but I so as
Jimmy pacho don't go on that tangent. Don't go on that tangent.
Quite
don't go on that tangent.
But me pacho tiemi. Analysis am ne yen. Why na want to say on tiasie.
Can we say you are speaking to Ghanaians? Someone now can search room. Yes.
KOD. Me see. Dey beto yen. Ye wi. Enne ukukumawu. Nurses and doctors wo mo yejuma. And uko for me na nurses and doctors wo mo yejuma. But mame baakua President Kufuor shase a wo ba
your friend saying trade the nurses wo mo yejuma.
Trade they say agenda 11 you
make 5 hospitals ba me dey na mo wie no.
Are you fully completed by new operational? Are you fully 100% completed that? Nyame aduma commissioning no in September.
Okay.
Commissioning of the 5 no in September. In addition to that, Nyame aduma September corona so no sewua ye ba be commission sewua and Aferi so ye ba be commission and me the pictures ne kirel in terms of the rate omuja Aferi ebiem me de manusi no na aka the President Kufuor say omoba ye 8 years and who say your mama say 4 years no enye enough for any president enti President Kufuor project ye project o shase no say 8 years within the Ashanti region and this to me and complete back kra ekome when to me we one kra na what me gina so aka say de me beto ye nie and me wie dia then it tells you that onya banya was nyame adoma on the 7th of December ye koto aba e de ma no ebiem we dey si kra no ye ma Ghana for atiase no o ka be about projects bi a ewo the Volta region. No can about just kind Eastern Corridor rules. Obia or Ghana and say a Kufuor and the Eastern Corridor rules just can would be complete.
That means they began. I'm gonna say.
Okay.
So
we have to go back and then do it again. Ghana for Nyantiasi and the nursing students no. Almost a mumbo buy Bush woman deserve training allowance. Bush woman deserve
teacher allowance. Now Makota system.
Yeah, that's already. Yeah, that's already. Almost I say and Korano Moko University in first years. Uko first year won't pay fees, but the second up to the fourth year will be fees, and a force a scam because I buy 38 Ghana cedis. Progressive SHS went to me into
different years altogether. 2015
the students
2024 25.
Na me pacho John Mama na kasa wan ko free SHS ni.
Thank you very much, Jimmy. Me da say. Yeah, this year. Na ya sorry. Pacho me time aso. 9:30 na so. I am Brantem. There be one mantem. Bantam 8 o'clock now ha ni asase. Na 8 no waba. I am Brantem. Right, you better Jackson fra ase ni ada Jimmy wa chance ase. Nyakwa Branoma na Sampekani Samson so ya da ma se. Kwa pisi ya sarebedi akon na ehihye dwumedi na ye de ebremu. Bidi de Kwabena Owusu Dankwah. Yenra Stephen Kwachi na a director show no edimai Seth Wilson ehwe camera no edimai sound na Kwame Sunday ene Samuel Sapon oko MCR omonso eboya pages edie social media handles no enyina so na technician on duty onso eboya yeso ama say Joe Laka ene Kwame Mickey Tony Montana Awal Newton Franco Naro and Andy any omomaka hu nyina edi midfield action no atwaso amen nyame ya doma emrepem obesan atienka yakramo bye bye.
We'll be right back. Gotta pay some bills.
Hello, Auntie Araba.
Hey, Bugger, net is saying.
The person may talk Pepsodent cavity fighter. Nanso, Mr. Canin soon.
Oh, into say no benedy.
But you mamma Cassiano back. When him send media, metia.
And let your credit be any ho. Menton yama bebre and no pay. So when you scout better Cassiana, I didn't know 120 no be.
120 gram pack or ho.
I name Pepsodent the 120 gram pack about.
Pepsodent, the new Pepsodent cavity fighter. I want 120 gram pack size moba. F4. Now, Huanica. Ko shop a benwo. Like Chiwo dear. Sit here be a here. FDA. I just sancratoi atum.
Manchester City are the Premier League champions again.
When it's football you want, get it all on DSTV. All the leagues, all the cups, all the matches live. Because when it comes to football, we've got it all day, all night. No matter what package you're on, you're always going to get football on DSTV, your home of entertainment.
Every day when my children return from school, I don't recognize them all. Hello, do I know you?
It's us, Mommy.
But these dirty, sweaty uniforms and socks were clean in the morning. Hey, everything has transformed. I understand though. School is hectic. It takes energy to come home this transformed. So I make sure they have some Milo at breakfast.
Your champs need nourishment and energy. Give them the Milo Energy at breakfast. Now with vitamin D that supports energy release to help their daily performance. Milo, energy to go further. Milo. This advert is FDA approved.
The luckiest.
Star 712 #.
Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah.
Here's to the friends who